Okay, I know it's been a minute, but finally we're going to get out in the garden today and work on a couple of cacti and succulent garden beds, and maybe there's going to be some other plants there too. Let's get to it. I'm just going to rip it out. This is the first garden bed that I have been working on in this garden. You can see that the plants that I've pulled out from pots are very small. Most of these plants are from pots that were on my balcony. This is new. This Crassula radicans, that's new. Oh, those golden barrels over there, they're new. This lavender is called French Revolution, and apparently it's a lot hardier than most other varieties. Good for you, French Revolution. Also, guys, I have an ant problem in this garden. When we first moved in, we had ants all throughout the kitchen. We did put some of the ant rid gel down, which got rid of them, but now we're gonna have to do something about the ants outside. I've done a little bit of research on YouTube, and apparently borax is the way to go. So maybe I'll try some of that. But if you have any tried and true methods, please comment and let me know what you've done to get rid of the ants in your garden. I did check everything. They're not really vectoring any bugs, aphids, or scale. So it looks like we're all okay on that front so far. They're just annoying, and definitely you don't want them to be funneling through soil and pots and things like that. Anyway, if you've got any tips, let me know. As you can see, all of these plants are really small for this garden bed, so I know that this is going to be fairly unsatisfying for me to look at, but I'm just going to have to be patient because that's how gardens roll. I am going to find a couple of other things to put in this garden bed. Maybe put another softer succulent along here. There's a couple of things that I just want to pull out of this bougainvillea pot. Hang on, let me just show you. This is my bougainvillea flame. I love this, but you know, it's kind of not doing well, maybe because of the move and the changing environment, climate, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking of taking these out and adding them to the other Sedum adolphi in the garden bed. I'm probably gonna take this out as well, and maybe there's a place, look at that, there's an ant right there. Maybe I can take this out and put it in there as well, and that way it'll color up really nicely. Maybe. And hopefully that'll just give the bougainvillea a little bit more breathing space, and hopefully it can grow and thrive. Let's see if I can get this out. Whoa. Wow. Look at that. Oops. All right, so for this, I was imagining putting this here. I think this is Echeveria Polydonus or something. I mean, it's an amazing crest, but I'm not a fan of the green and the green together. They're very similar in color, and I kind of want a little bit more variation. I am wondering if I put it here. Can you see that? If I kind of nest it at the front of the garden bed and then move the Echeveria heras, these beautiful pink things over here, just a little bit more, oh, what do I do with this? Just a little bit more this way, then we're cooking. What if that was there? Yeah, okay. Yes. Maybe like that. No. Maybe more like this. Oh. Weed root. More weed root. Yeah, I kind of want it to do that, to like lean up against the rocks. Just like that. Okay, I'm gonna backfill just this little area. I have some dwarf chalk sticks that I ordered by mail. Just gonna see what they look like here. Is that too busy? I don't know. I'm not super sure about this. Maybe I should just leave this as like a clump. Can you even see? Let me just move you. All right, is that any better? Yeah, I'm not too sure about these here, but you know what? I'm just gonna leave them here and then we can see how these grow. It's just like a little clump. I'm imagining that all of this is going to fill out. This will kind of knit together with this and then hug around this and grow nicely under the agave as well. And that's a nice cluster of colors right there. Oopsie. Gonna have to get the brush out later. There we go. One of you mentioned that chalk sticks multiply really fast, so I'm hoping that's the case. Moving on to the next thing, these Sedum adolphi seem to look different from these Sedum adolphi. I actually think this is Sedum adolphi and this is Sedum firestorm. So I might pop this in a different location because I don't want to pretend that they're the same thing because they will end up looking different. So let's see where else this can go. Ooh, what if this came down here? Ooh, that looks lovely. And I'm going to cluster them a little bit so that they're a little bit more, yeah, like that. How does this look? Oh, that gives them a little bit of room to grow as well. I'm liking that. That was an easy fix. This is an Echeveria blue metal, and I'm kind of liking the look of that already. This used to be like a vibrant, bright purple. This came out of the bougainvillea pot as well. I'm slowly taking all of the plants out of the boogie pot because I think it might actually do better on its own. Let me see, where are my clippers? Just gonna remove this bloom. Yeah. Ow! Hopefully this will continue to get a crap ton of sun so it colors up. It's a very beautiful kind of like bluey purple color when it's completely stressed. I'm not yet too sure if I should put this blue chalk sticks here or, you know, where it should go. I don't know just yet, so I might just leave that alone for now. And I know that the idea will come to me because there's a garden bed right here. I did want something tall covering that, so I don't know what to put there just yet. I'm sure the answer will come to me soon. Okay, I'm gonna leave this garden bed alone for a little bit and we're gonna move on to something else. Okay, we're going to leave that garden bed there. Before we move on to the next one, I just want to show you behind Mount Suck, that's Mount Suck, we put these two wooden lattice, just up along this wall. This was the ugly plastic wall that I really hated, and how good does this look now that there are two wooden lattices here? Really small change. We just fix them with wire up the top so that they can easily be dismantled and they're not, you know, they don't impact the structure. But how good does this look? Like, it immediately warmthens up the space. And that's one thing I've learned, bringing nice wooden tones against something industrial like plastic can really make a difference. I've got Mandevilla at the bottom. This is like Mandevilla Forever Red, which is gorgeous, and I'm just going to wait for that to vine all the way up. And on the other one, I have this Seata Orange, or like vintage orange bougainvillea, which is very small and very humble at the moment, but you know, I'm sure with time it will climb up this lattice with no problems. We're still kind of in summer really, so it's got plenty of time. Anyway, just wanted to share that little addition to the space. How good does that look? This is a garden bed. It used to have a whole bunch of this like mulch in it, and now I ripped all of that out. Tim pulled a lot of the mint out that was in here because it is pretty invasive. I'm gonna fill a lot of this with soil and then pop some plants in here. Oof. Wow. Oh, geez. Okay. So I'm doing a mix of all-purpose potting mix, and I will be mixing some cactus and succulent mix in here as well. Where are my clippers? Oh gosh. Wow, that got in my shoes. I'm actually wondering if I want one more bag of soil in here. Yeah, I think I do. Okay, quick trip to Bunnings. Luckily, it's only about 6 minutes down the road. How good is that? Woo! Oh God, oh my Lord. Don't fall. Ugh. This cactus we got from Gumtree like the other day. Super cheap and pretty big for what it is. I want to put this in the ground. And when I mean the ground, I'm talking about this garden bed. And been doing a little bit of research on blooms. So maybe there can be like a bloom here. This is salvia. The leaves are looking a little poor at the moment because it was a hot day today. But look. Salvia, probably just the common variety from Bunnings or whatever nursery you can get them from. And then I found, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I found dahlia. Now, would you have a look at this flower? So I have been doing a little bit of research on flowering plants that can be put into well-draining, free-draining soil. Plants that, you know, are pretty hardy towards really tough summers. Dahlias come up, salvia comes up, and I also have echinacea. There's echinacea here that looks really beautiful. It's like a yellowy, pinky, mauvey sunset color. If you watched my last video, you'll notice that I was starting to get inspired by mixing flowering plants in with cacti and succulents. I don't think I only want a cacti and succulent garden. I mean, they were really the only things that would survive on my balcony. So they would be the only things that I would garden with. Now that I can kind of introduce a few more things into the garden, I want to experiment with some flowering plants because I love the look of soft flowers with something hard like cactus and succulents. I really want to play around with mixing it up. So that's what we're going to kind of do today. This dahlia doesn't look like it's doing so well, so its leaves are pretty droopy. I did just introduce it to the backyard today, so it might still need to acclimatize to, you know, the environment here. Gosh, this is like already dying. This dahlia, this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dahlia, it does have a clearance sticker on it. So I did get it for half price, less than half price. Doing some research, I also found out that you need to dig up dahlias in winter. What? I don't have time for that. Do we need to do that in Australia? Our winters are not like shockingly cold. I mean, I guess it depends on where you live, but if you are in the Sydney region and you are growing dahlias, please let me know if you just leave your dahlias in the ground over winter, because I would like to not have extra work to do. I just want to chuck something in the ground. I mean, my whole approach to this is kind of like set and forget. I'm still going to put this in the ground because look at this. It's so pretty. If I need to dig it up or whatever, or if I need to let it die, so be it. That'll just be a lesson that I learn. All right, we're going to get planting. I want to put this here, kind of at the back. Yeah. And then the echinacea at the front. Does this work? It's a lot of flowers, I know. I'm just kind of going crazy, but please just indulge me for a moment. Just let me have fun with this. This is another dahlia. Wow, these look really bad. I'm gonna have to just plant this and water it. I think maybe the second dahlia there is a bit too overcrowded. So maybe we'll take that out. Yeah. And we'll just leave the single salvia here. Maybe this can come a little bit more this way. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's what we'll do for now. I would bring it a little bit more forward. Yes. Yes, let's do that. Like you could have it a little bit like that. This is it. Oh, that looks great. That looks really good. This called? This is Dahlia Love Affair. Dahlia Love Affair. Okay, there's a lot of insects and mosquitoes and I'm surely gonna get bitten. I'm gonna try and do this pretty quick. Agave dragon toes, one of my faves, and I'm going to put it in this garden bed. That's how much I love this plant. It's not the best angle, is it? All right, can you see that? This is probably going to get swallowed up, but let me just put this in here for now, just so something's there, you know, and I can pull it out later, I'm sure. I'm sure. Or should it go here? Ooh, just for now. Don't think this is the forever home. No, that's not right. I'm just gonna put it here. Ugh, something like that. Something like that. Oh, okay, look, it's getting really dark, so I'm just gonna fix everything up, finish this off, water it in, and then we're gonna check on this in the morning, okay? Good morning, bright and early. We're gonna go check on the plants outside. Oh, it's looking all right. What is going on? Okay. All right, dahlias have perked up. I did water this in, and it looks like it's just sunken around there a little bit, so I might need to add more soil. Salvia's also perked up a little bit. You can just see there. Doesn't she look pretty? Look at that. There is a dent. Let me just show you. We do have like a little dent, and the person who sold this to us did mention that, but I think that's okay. We were totally fine with that. Some of those imperfections make them unique. We found a bigger rock at the back of the yard and just dumped it in here for the meantime. I've also just put the aeonium in there. I don't know. That's just going to do what it's going to do. I don't know if I'm going to leave that there or not. Dragon toes and this hybrid Echeveria is looking good, hoping that can sprawl out a little bit. Looking okay for now. This flower's gonna go soon. Yeah, and we'll just check in on this. Oh, I think these are all gonna do okay here. We've just gotta be patient. Mandevilla's looking okay. I just want that to climb. This thing is climbing. That's grown, that's a shoot that's grown really quickly in the last couple of days. This I think is going to be much slower. This is actually a compact version. I didn't realize until they sold it to me, but it's a compact bougainvillea, and apparently they only grow between 1 and 2 meters tall. I mean, that might be okay for these purposes here. This trellis, this lattice, is about 2.4 meters tall. So yeah, it's going to be a really slow process, guys. A garden takes time to find itself, and we also just don't have the dollars to buy big landscaping plants that we can just drop into our garden. So it's going to be small plants that we're just going to have to wait to fill the garden out. So yeah, we'll keep checking in. I'll keep you updated, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.